Back to Life. However Do You Want Me, featuring Caron. Who? 10th anniversary edition, Soul to Soul, featuring Karen Wheeler. That's funny. I live right next to Wheeler Peak. This is the first song of the day. I just started. I love synchronicities. They let me know, Marge, don't you fret, Marjo. Marjo, don't you fret. It'll be okay. It's spelt different, though, to be honest. I think that Wheeler Peak is spelt Whellar. Wheeler. That's the same spelling as my principal when I was in high school. So, hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a yoke empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Did I put the light in the window? I thought the Zoom meeting with Joe the astrologer was this morning. I was wrong. It's tomorrow morning at 7:30. Tonight there's a meeting for the Taurons. The plastics. The people that live in their own little bubbles, that things that smell bad and are dirty, they're outside their bubble, they don't care about. Still haven't been able to take a hot shower, but the landlady's son just got a new ATV for his 8-year-old daughter. It's like all over the place. The funds are there, the funds are there, the funds are there. There's enough for everyone. Unless you gotta have the right blood, though. I got the right blood, that's the thing. I am the example of what happens when you don't go with the program. When I was a young girl, I asked my brother, I said, brother, what's like, because my parents were never around. We had a lot of conversations because our parents were means to find an entrance to this realm is all that they were, the only real significant purpose they served. Mom did more than, anyway, that's not that here nor there. So when I was young, I asked him, what's life all about, brother? He said, well, you gotta go to school, and you got to get good grades, and then you got to go to college, and then you got to get a good job, and then one day you can retire. And that's okay, so that's what I need to strive to do. And I'm autistic. I'm on the spectrum. I've been on the spectrum before there was a meter of spectrometers. I guess I should have said that. I've been on the spectrum. I've been a spectrometer longer than there's been a spectrum that people have even looked at. So, things were always real hard for me because I pick up on everything. I pick up on emotions. And the more I listened to it, was so funny. I got this on my feed because the algorithm's changing, because intelligence artificial is going to pick up more. Because I'd done over 2,300 videos. So I said a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff I say is very consistent. And so intelligence artificial is going to pick up my words and what I say, and it's going to start dropping me into other people's feeds based on their frequency, because people are raising in frequency all over the place. You know, I guess you have a choice. I don't know. I don't know. I always feel like I was recruited, that I never really chose to come to this alien ant farm, you know. It makes for interesting stories, though. So I got this recommended this morning, and I put the link in the chat. And lady starts talking, and she's introducing herself and her background and her credentials. And I'm looking for things that are in alignment, either kind of way that, you know, show me I'm incongruence to what this woman's speaking. If intelligence artificial knows my frequency or not. And she's like, back in the 1960s, I went to UC Davis, and I grew up in Redding, California, and girl I went to high school with, Heather Wyatt, she went to UC Davis. She was smart and always smelled good. And I was a credit card vendor in like 1997, and and so I've been tracking universities and like colleges and like, they're just data points to me. Everything's just a data point to me as far as I'm concerned. And so I was a credit card vendor on this campus in 1990s, and the woman that is talking, she's talking about like, because people that know about things, that are educated, in tune with themselves, whatever, it's like, that there's people in charge that you will never meet. You probably don't want to meet. and there's just like these whole existence of people that just go around, exist, and do whatever they want, and it's okay. Wait, my trajectory is going off. Wait, because of this song. Let me just clear a second, gather my thoughts. I'm still not sleeping. I'm getting frustrated. It's just one day at a time. I just got to get through this day. I got through yesterday. I got through the day before. Just got to get through this day. Just this day. I got, yeah. So, oh, the lady that I was listening to her talk to, so she said she was and then in the 1990s, in the 60s, she went to school there as a student. There's like 7,000 students. See, that's the thing, is I've been playing with, we will never know what the true populations of this planet really are. There aren't that many people. They just want you to think that there's that many people so that they can allocate their funds to go to their pots to help all these people that supposedly exist, but it's just all freaking smoke and mirrors, man. That's all governments are. They're just like, they think they're really smart, but they're really egoic, and they serve. Anyway, here we go. So she goes on to talk about Leon Panetta and how he's the head of the CIA, because I'm just like, how come my life is so shit, but my brother is such an important person? And then I get a picture from my dad, because they did the bro thing and they drove across country when my dad turned 70. I didn't feel like I needed to reach out for him for his 70th birthday, because when I asked my dad what he wanted to do for his 70th birthday, he said he didn't care as long as he was having sex. And I was like, well, I'm not an equation in that desire, so I didn't feel compelled to participate. He turned 75 a couple days ago. I just said, hope you have a good day, That's just because, I'm acknowledging his place in this world, and I can't hate the man because I look too much like him. I can't afford to look in the mirror and hate myself because I see him in me, and I'm more like, I'm more physically like him. I'm more emotionally and mentally like Mom. I have more Mom's DNA. I got more heart than ego, thank God. And so, she was talking, because my brother has all the advantage, and they went across the bro trip, and they went to see my grandpa's father's grave, and there's the Freemason. So my brother, like, he's probably a skull and bones. That's probably what he is, because he did all the things that they do, go playing in the woods. 10 years he went with his fraternity brothers. Every highly ritualistic. See, he plays dumb. See, that's the thing. And then he's just said, I've been crazy my whole life, but I ain't never been a liar. And crazy to me is people that cause harm, and he's caused more harm to me than I could ever cause to him by just neglecting us and keeping, not helping me and Mom find fucking places to live and shit like that. It all worked out. It's amazing, beautiful story. But it just goes to show that there's freaking people that freaking, that we're in charge. That's why I'm not big on ethnicity. Because I think that we're all just shades of the same color wheel. It's what your heart does. It's what you do with your free will. It's what you do with your heart. Are you going to help people? People, there's a lot of people that can't get, like, they can't get erections unless they're causing harm. It's a whole thing. Aren't you seeing it with P. Diddy? We've seen it with Epstein. Heck, the president of the U.S. United States back in 92 when I was in high school got impeached. He didn't get kicked out. He got impeached because he had a 20-year-old girl doing sexual acts on him in the Oval Office, because that's what all these guys do. They do this shit because they can, because don't you know who they are? They're all the same. They just have different faces. They all wear the same clothes. They all drive the same cars. No, a lot of them don't even drive cars anymore because they just have their entourage. All these people that are paid to freaking act like they like them, but dude, they know that they're douches. We're seeing that with J-Lo. I mean, it's like there's everybody's like somebody else. I'm trying to find the people that are like me. And they're having this meeting tonight with the tour. And I don't know if I can go. It's at 6:30. Mom goes to bed at like 7. So I think I'm just going to do a short video later in the day. And then I'm just going to send it to them and say, you know, I can't be here. Please listen to what I have to say. Because you guys would, you know, you don't fucking hold this shit when I can go. And I want my voice to be heard, so I'll just send them the link to my YouTube talk later. So, because they say that they done all these things. I was going down, I got the email yesterday, a couple days ago. Oh, but that's the thing, is like my grandma was highly connected, because they call them the Democrats and stuff like that, you know. It's just it's just people that just like, we got the right blood, we're the important people. But none of that stuff has never done me any advantage, so I am willing to freely speak out against all of it. I don't like any club, so I think they are all stupid. And nonprofits, you know, corporations, when these corporations are making millions and billions, and then they're like, hey, thanks for all of our money, you know, and then they offload like a certain percentage of the people that help them get all that money. It's just how the economy ebb and flows. But the thing of it, you know, things come back, and sometimes they don't because of the heart space of the company. And nothing lasts forever. What goes up must come down. The cracks of society are just getting wider and wider. I really feel like my vision for travelers, you know, is just like, I'll conjure up all the people that there's going to be more and more of, because towns and cities all across the world don't want to deal with, or all across the land don't want to deal with them. They can come here and take, you know, and then go on their way. And then if that works, then we can create other pockets in the community. Just let me do a beta test. Let me show people what I can do given all the resources. I drove past this factory the other day. It's not a factory. It's like it's a distribution center for like sand, for building, for like where they come and load the trucks and then take them out to build the new houses. It's all that. And I'm like looking at this, and I'm trying to calculate, like, if I went into the office, I wonder if they'd sit down and calculate, like, if I wanted to buy all of the supplies that are in this yard right now, how much would it cost me? Like, give me a number. Is it like $1.2 million? And then to be able to have and then to be able to buy all of that, and then go around the community and be like, hey, you got a tow truck? Can we borrow it? If you got any, you know, first we'll get the person that uses the tow cover to you know, whatever they want to do. And then just like, it don't take much to freaking build shit. It don't. Governments don't do it because they're all in this, they're on this wicked game where they only care about themselves. It's like chess, and human beings are pawns, and they feel powerful, but they're really not, because they can't fucking change a tire. No, but really, like, how much would it cost? And then, like, you know, and then to go to a local hardware store where they have lumber and stuff. and be like, how much would every piece of wood in the yard cost me right now? And then go out and then provide for the people that can't afford it. Right? That's what people are with money, according to the richest man in Babylon, that book. That's what they said. That's what, like, paying it forward. That's what, like, every religion ever says, that whatever you got, you should give to people that don't. It all says it, but there's more and more freaking millionaires and grossly obese people. I ain't never thought I'd see people on farm. Dude, you work on a farm. Working should not be attached to anything related technological. Working should be physical activity that people do that burns calories. That is, to me, what work is. Anything else, you don't work enough. There's not enough work happening. And this woman was talking about, see, because people that are intelligent know that the things that will collapse, like the same ideology in AA was in government. It's like the U.S. will ruin itself from the inside because people they'll take money over what is in the best interest in their community. And this woman in the talk, in the link in which I provided, goes on to say how the president of the UC Davis system is from Greece, not from... See, that's what they do, is they hire outside. They do it in Taos, too. Is they want to change. They have an idea how they want the place. And it's like, is the divide in society is going to be who's going to fight harder to make the reality how they want it. And usually the people with the biggest guns win, but they're not that smart anymore. And dude, the military isn't what it used to be. No dude I fucking served with 20 years ago is still fit. I'm probably the only fucking person that I served with that I was in the aid shop with in between 2020 and or 2000 and 2006, because they all fucking sat around, drank beer, and just kept living that bed, just shooting guns and going to sports games, doing all that Roman Empire bullshit, talking about all the places and all the chicks that they did from all the lands, and oftentimes married, because there's no sanctity. It's, do what I want when I want. Like, I'd have to tell guys, they tell me about how because it's illegal to cheat on people. Like, you can't, if you're married, it's punishable by the United Code of Military Justice. My brother's an Army JAG. That's another way he gets all the advantages. Dude, he's gonna be so mad when people find out who he really is. They always know, because I've been talking about what a bully he's been. See, that's the thing is nobody ever took me in and said, you know what, Marge? I know you don't like us, but why don't you come in and see what we have to offer? Why don't you come in and be... He ain't never done that. No, he would hold me down and pull on my toes until they pop and just bully. That was in my 20s. I mean, the guy is just he was a wrestler. He used to beat me up. He cracked the back of my skull. That's probably, like... I mean, dudes don't care that are like him, and dudes like him are running the world. So, I was telling Mom this morning, I love making Mom laugh in the morning. She gets up around, goes to the bathroom about 8, something like that, I don't know, whenever. And I go in and I was like, hey, Ma, you got it, and I chop it up and stuff, and I said, Mom, we don't got hot water, but the neighbor's 8-year-old daughter just got a freaking new ATV, I mean, the same guy that wouldn't give me a 15% discount on a portable freaking air conditioner. Yeah. Neighbors treating it, I don't understand how I can't just find a place where it's just like, you know what? I'm cool to you. I pick up your dog shit and stuff like that because I don't want to step in it, and your dog shit everywhere and your sister's dog shit everywhere. I went out last night, let the dogs out. I was like, oh, this is new. I was just out like 5:30, and then I went about like 6:30. I saw the neighbor was in the yard. She likes to play house with her. She's 40. She's got a 23-year-old boyfriend. They like to get drunk and hit each other. It's just another thing that they do in New Mexico more often than not. And And so she has a pit bull, and pit bull's skittish and friendly and not well behaved because, you know, her mom's a drunk and she's not well behaved. So like attracts like, and shit rolls downhill. So I go out, and I was like, oh, that's new. Like, she had gotten her dog a new chew toy, a stuffy, you know, because she likes to get, and it wasn't just like a little stuffy. I mean, it's probably still there. I don't want to unplug and all that stuff. Let me see if it's still there. Because it's 9 o'clock. Yep, still there. Because she hasn't come to yet. See? And so, there's a pool of stuffing about 8 feet. Just in my front, just in the front yard. I like the stuff I have to just let go. I think that's why people get like colon cancer and prostate and stuff like that from wincing and just like resisting and fighting. And I ain't gonna resist and fight no more. I'm like, people are gonna fucking treat me shitty. They're gonna treat me shitty however they fucking want. I mean, her brother lives next door, broke out my back window. You know, I mean, stole my pot plant that's legal, you know, to grow, and stole it off the porch just to teach me a lesson. It's just like, dude, do this shit in the day. Come at me at 9 in the morning. Let's dance around. You can hit me. I'll hit you. At the end, whoever's standing can earn the most respect. But the guy's so junked out on fentanyl, fucking meth, crank, drugs, whatever his mommy enables him because he don't gotta pay rent, but I can't find a place to live. So, when people say to me, life is so unfair. Oh, and all the people that are, that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna talk about that Turon movie, that just a little bit, so people don't have to. Yeah, I hear you, Luna. Technology's all jacked up. I hear you, girl. See you at the reveal of Taos draft destination plan, March 27th, 6:30 p.m. Findings released inside. Take a look. And this is what they do. They get 8 people. They employ people, nonprofits, but they still drive nice cars, and they got, you know, fancy cars, and they got allocated housing and all this shit. Just come in here and do this, and we'll just take care of everything. Why can't everybody have that? And so they make their little graphs. Inventory of existing conditions, situation analysis report, and they use their words. And they talk to people that go, wow, these people are really pertinent because they use these words in their graphs. It's at the Sagebrush Convention. During the initial phases of the destination stewardship planning process, researchers performed an in-depth... See, they use so much fucking words to say jack shit. And I read it all yesterday. I did the resident tourism sentiment survey. I participate in my community, and yet they never talk to me. And they make it hard for me to get there, that's for sure. Through extensive community... Look... Yeah, come to pop. Fucking Jesus, fucking shit. Highlights and upcoming events. Findings released, posted in Taos County Government, March. The plan is revealed. That means you got no fucking choice. You just gotta bend it over and take it. It says share your voice. So what I'm gonna do is I'll do my YouTube talk, and then on share your voice, I'll publish the link there. Main issues identified by the Taos community. A. Labor shortage. Nobody wants to do anything. I want to do shit all day long. I just can't leave my mom. See, that's the thing is if I had some freaking backup, if I had some support in the community, they probably don't want to see how much a person can fucking physically do in short bursts, increments of time, 2 to 3 hours, because it'll make them look bad. I'm ready for a lot of people to look really, really bad, because it was all on watch that it got this bad to begin with, because they weren't looking. And I'll invite the people, the Tourons, the committee people, because they're all the mayors. They all sit in the fucking. They just create new committees and go sit over here and talk about things. They never fucking live this shit. So go live on the fucking streets with your constituents, your lowest, 3 nights, 4 days, and ask them how they got there. Because they couldn't fucking use the systems in which you get paid to implement and have really good cush lives in implementing. Yep. So, lack of affordable workforce housing. Not for people. Not just people that are trying to take care of their mom because their mom had a stroke. Fuck you guys. We're all on our own. See, we're the bottom echelon, or like the young kids that got freaking stuck taking care of grandma and grandpa. You know, they're in their 20s and mom and dad are junkies. They're off living their best life, doing whatever they want. There's always people that step up to take care of other people. We just are not given the resources, and this is the balance in which needs to shift. My little co-star yesterday was... I wonder if I got it. Don't trust someone who has a punishment fantasy. That's what I got for today. Yesterday it was... I didn't take a screenshot of it. Fuck. It was... What was it? Like... Basically the... Money... Redistribution of funds needs to happen. That's what it is. Okay, so lack of affordable work, not lack of affordable housing, work, but just for the people that work. You know how many people live in Taos that don't work, that just they come here and they have so much money because of their privilege and their station in life that they can just come and play and go, wee, go steed down a hill. They drive on bumpy roads, and they're like, wow, Taos isn't a very good, but they got everything that they need to stuff their fucking faces with red and green sauce, or both, eat all that, or it's like we're living in the past because of fucking people like you. Because another reason why Tourons suck is because only like a few restaurants. I should go to this meeting just to say, hey, is Kai here? Kai, are you here? Are you in the building tonight, Kai? Because it's Wednesday, a lot of restaurants are closed. Or be like, hey, Allie, are you here? Allie's a la carte. Are you here in the building tonight? Witnessing this meeting about Tourons that benefits you. Or Ricky. Everybody loves Ricky. Ricky, are you in the building? I'm pretty sure you're closed on Wednesday. So let's see all these people that benefit from having to, because it's more traffic. It's more assholes. It's more fucking, dude, one more motherfucker steps into, walk up to the crosswalk, relatively striking, and then as soon as they hit this crosswalk, they slow the fuck down. I said, I get you got the right of way, but it doesn't mean you got to slow down and be a fucking douche. I yell at this at people and they hear me. Because they usually acknowledge me. Because they know I'm fucking right. It's just people that like to control the natural flow. Here's a natural flow, but I'm going to stop this person up. And we're seeing it with the bridge. We're seeing it with the bridge. Disturbing the natural flow. Whatever people can do to profit from making life harder for other people, they fucking laugh at this shit, dude. The misogynists. The fucking man that in the fucking club, you wanna fucking mess with me? I'll fucking put fucking bricks on your fucking shoes, put you in the fucking rear. They always gotta travel in large groups because they can't do this shit. Or they gotta fucking deceive, like drugging people's drugs. It's whatever. Small people. It's less authenticity and more the vibrational frequency of what an a-hole is and what links people will do to cause harm to other people. And my world is small because most people they don't care about themselves. They don't take. I'm looking for people that take care of themselves because I take care of myself. I already did 2 sets this morning because I got my yayas I had to get out. You know what? And it hurts. It hurts. It physically pains me all the time to freaking lift my little weights. But we live in a world that people have to be cognizant because there's so many fucking nut jobs out there that people, dude, they've always been taking swings on people. There are people in the world, I'm not going to get near an arm's length. My brain works like a computer, though. I think I have a Good Doctor episode to watch this morning. So, smart mouth. When I was a little kid, see, when you disassociate, you get, I wish I could explain this better. I try to explain things how I picture them in my head. But some people are born on this planet with special abilities. See, and I got those special abilities. I got them all. Most of them I don't want. I got all these abilities that tell me, Marge, you're right. And I'm like, no. There's always potential that I could be wrong. Because of my placements. And the thing of it is people, good and for dark and the shadow side, they recognize who the old souls are. You got the predators they're like, oh, we can use this little kid because these little kids like me just want to please people. No, they act so adult because we're old souls. We were born like adults, so our minds are like adults, but our bodies are like children. And predators like to take advantage of that, as we're seeing all across the world. The world is run by perverts. It's completely controlled by perverts, and women can be perverts too. Like, I think it's interesting that the UC Davis president, though, she has 19 patents. She has 19 patents for antennas. It was a little disturbing last night when Peace Dealer talked about A-bombs and shit like that. Because people are stupid enough to play with this stuff and they don't even know the ramifications. She has 19 patents on antenna patents. Antennas capture electricity. It's all so electromagnetic. And then her husband actually has a patent for protected coding, which actually is what I have been talking about for quite some time, is people interject themselves because, somebody is offered something off the table, something they probably can't resist or deny, and then people are given positions, and then their ideologies are brought in, right? Because UC Davis was like a hippie university, and I freaking lost respect for them like 6 years ago, because after freaking this lady did this video that I watched like 7 years ago, that's when they say, hey, Elon, come on in here. And yeah, sure, you could, you can put your brain chips and all these. 1,200 freaking chimpanzees lost their life from old muskrat going in and saying, I got all this money because my mommy and daddy sold minerals and my mom's a witch and my dad sold minerals, and so I got privilege and I can go and do whatever I want. Little weirdo. Not the cool kind. The gross kind. Probably doesn't shower as often as he should. Greasy kind. Ugh. Anyway. So he goes into UCSA and they're, yeah, come on, because they're all about transhumanism now, and they're all people that play God don't live by the same rules of good orderly direction that I live. So they're not about anything I'm for. They're for money and weird shit, and I ain't about it. So and universities have been on my radar a long time because I used to be a credit card vendor, and boy, have I received the karma for that. It's freaking hilarious. At UC Davis, Humboldt University, Fresno University, all these. San Francisco, are they all Jesuit? Is Humboldt? Is UC? Cal? It's anyway. It's all run by people that say, hey, we got an idea how we want the world to be, this one world, all, and And it's like, dude, you got when I was a credit card vendor in like 1997 in Humble, I was talking to kids that were living in their cars then. So I'm like, dude, this is gonna trickle out and spread everywhere. That's like how when I started really knowing the cracks of society, you know. And they say, oh, we don't have the money to take care of people that are poor because they're just junkies and drunks, and they'll use it to freaking, be stoned and drunk all the time. Because the people that divvy it out, that's what they do. They spend all their free time sedated. And so they think that that's what they're projecting what they would do because they self-soothe, and don't do shit. And they think that that's what the other, and that's not. People are out here fucking straight up fucking fighting to survive on the streets everywhere. And it doesn't have to be that way. And that's why people don't like me, because I'm like, hey, that ain't fair. Oh, you got a smart mouth, huh? And then they try to bully me and punish me and do things to, make things hard for me. But what they didn't know is when they were putting me in the corner, when they were when people were getting me out of their sight, I was learning how to meditate. And find, because mom always said, emotional control. You got to find your emotional control. You don't find that emotional control. Societies pay themselves. They love creating systems to control you. I know that they put my father had my mom admitted to task it out because he's it's the brotherhood. My grandma was probably more connected than my grandpa was. She'd have dinner. She would have Leon Pineda over at her house for dinner, and he's the head of the CIA and shit like that. I remember my brother said he wanted to go work for the FBI, and then something happened, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go this course of action instead, and he did, but they still got him. But see, might ain't right, and he's been a bully his whole life, and people like that can't continue to win. And it comes out in their physical. Like, he's 52. 71. He'll be 53 August 24. When he was 50, he wasn't in near as the physical condition than I am. And I'm fucking, my body's broke. He makes 160. I mean, that's the thing is that when people do so much to make themselves happy outside, that they have to, and there's a lot of people that to make them happy, they have to manage and control life and situations so it doesn't spike a rise in their frequency. So they have to keep everything, and they go around, and then sometimes the spike that they like is like violence, is weird shit. Other people like, ooh, surprise party, or go on a roller coaster, woo. The other people like freaking doing stuff in the dark, summonings, weird shit. The devil's real, all that stuff. Stuff that people play too much and they get wrapped in stuff and then they can't unplay, and I just don't play because I seen it. I don't want anything to do. Look at all these priests. I love the people on social media that are busting out all the scumbags, like the priest with an $80,000 truck. Are there any homeless people in your community? Like, people that spend that much money, I'm like, dude, you are for the devil. Because that is all ego, because there's too many people that fucking are rotting flesh in the streets while people drive around because I have a big truck because it's really I mean, they will never use that truck. It won't get dirty. It won't go out. It's just, look at me. I'm important. I got a big truck. I work really hard, and now people can see how hard I work because I'm so important. I drive a big truck, and I'm just like, dude. Oh, my lawn. It's also too much. So I like all the other smart mouths. Like the smart mouths all over there. And yeah, I'm not gonna talk about what I talked about yesterday. I'll leave that yesterday. So I appreciate all the smart mouths that come forward, And people could and people are good because we're in areas because people are gonna want to provoke. They're gonna want to provoke. They're gonna want to push your buttons. So everything I ever learned. I hope when I come and face these demons, these people that just are trying to get my little goat, trying to get me all riled up, get all worked up, get all And evidently today's not the day to say that thing that you can't take back. So I hope I listen to my little voice. My self-will doesn't go running riot. Or maybe I should. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to make you gag. The governor's sister is the head of trafficking here. Okay. See, that's the thing. It's just gross people that say, that's not how it is. Things aren't that way, but they benefit from it. You know? Like, I grew up in religion, like, like woo-woo was bad and evil. Woo-woo's not bad and evil. Supernatural? We're all supernatural. People just stifle themselves with the shit that they eat and the alcohol, the spirits that they take in. Yeah, we are blessed to have lived with all this around us and are still able to shine our light with an ongoing, which is an ongoing battle. It's from an ongoing battle for me too. Oh, I knew it. See, okay. I know. It not me. Nope. And yes, I feel like that's what I do. I see. I don't. If people want to listen to me get my stuff out, I encourage them to get their stuff out, and I'm really excited to people seeing all over social media getting their stuff out too. Like, I've been talking about the crap that I go through with my brother here. There's all kinds of people that go through this shit too with their just being thrown away. Like, I see people that, like, that have done terrible things, gross, nasty, pervert, gross shit, and they're murderous, nasty, gross stuff, like harm to others. I have never done that in my life, and because I am not willing to go along with their program, and they're worried about I'll expose them for who they are when they do it to themselves every day. The truth always comes out, and that's what scares them, is they know it. So, oh, I got an itch on my foot. But there's just too many people that are sad, and I'm sick of fucking people like saying, I'm gonna hold space for you. I'm gonna do something for you. I'm sorry you're sad, my friend. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bake some cookies. I'm gonna take them over. Make sure, yeah, you get them. Because there's always things that people can do to make other people feel better. And sometimes people I've been that person that I can't get out of bed for 3 days because why bother? I'm so sad. Nobody fucking cares. And I've been that way, and it hurts. And if I continue to do that, I'm gonna meet my maker quicker than I might not get all the work I'm supposed to be doing on this planet if I continue that. So I gotta get up and I gotta get out, because it's not just me. If it was just me, I could do that a lot easier. It's not. I still got to keep mom on her schedule. Mom does better when she, whatever the schedule is, because I have to go with the flow of the energy of her. Sometimes she wants to go to bed at 9. I always want to go lay down about 7. I got to do what's right for her, and society tries to create little boxes for everyone to go in. So in order for me to be comfortable in society today, I need to put you, the other person, in some sort of a box. We got to make a world that makes sense for everybody's brain, not just plastic privileged people that just, do this, stand in this line, go here. All that is so freaking, people that don't have talents and skills can get paid a lot, pretty decent. I live on less than $2,000 a month. Thank goodness for Earth Angels. Society doesn't make it possible. I can't even get food stamps in Taos for me and mom. So how great are systems, huh? Are they so great? I don't see all the greatness. I'm Native American, They've been killing off my ancestors for years. They're just doing it to more people's ancestors, and people are like, oh, that's not cool. Because people don't, mostly, they don't sympathize unless something happens to them. But something happens to somebody somebody that, if you know people, something's happened to them. What are people doing to make it, like I look at all the people, like I remember when that hairy guy from the UK, that dude, he's connected. They're all the connected, all the creepy dudes. They do all this weird stuff, and then act regal. It's just so gross. But somebody in Santa Barbara gave him an $11 million house. Oh, here, come place to stay. We're not using it. Come live here. It just ain't fair, man. All the shit that just ain't fair because some freaking dillholes someplace decided that this is how it's going to be. Well, there are better, different ways, and I'm all for rotation of service. So, how many seats are coming up? And I hate politics. It's all reindeer games to me. I think it's an unnecessary evil myself. It's what it's turned into. Because too many people are taking a paycheck to get other people to put them in positions of power. The Spangled Bridge is falling down. America's over. It's done. Because it's easy. They didn't keep their security up. I've been in IT for a long time. They have hackers. I never even went into ethical hacking. I don't want to know other people's shit. So I never went that route, and I never want to be accused of freaking hacking and going and looking at other people's shit. Although it is really easy to guess people's passwords. And you'd be surprised how many people have the same fucking password because there's the same frequency. And that password generally is password. Or you go to anybody's cubicle where they change the password anybody's cubicle, turn over there's the piece of paper with the password on it. No place is secure. And they have these ethical hackers that go into companies to see where the security holes are. But they still had a guy that was looking at fucking porn. And I had to scrub his computer viruses like 3 times. And I was like, dude, I went and talked to my boss as a female. I said, why do I got to be exposed to this shit? This company, because my thing is because they're so arrogant, they do what they want. And they're so arrogant, they're not going to spend their own money on computer and then look at this gross shit on their own computers. And then I've taken all this like, oh, I've seen gross shit on his computer and and she's looking at weird shit and they got weird, and all this stuff because I'm IT and I know in 10% you want to see what someone's about. But management's like, well, I don't want to bust them because I got weird shit on my computer too. The CEOs, and they're all perverts, man. People are so fucking driven by fucking digits and chasing sensations and freaking release and just weird animalistic trite fucking rise above an orgasm or desire, therefore up, for fuck's sake. All the things on the world, and look at all the industries created so people can have just, it's every human's right. It's just natural. No, it's unnatural for so much misappropriation of funds and perversion to go into an industry for Satan. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.